Hey folks, Alan Saunders, Brendan Howe here at UPMC Rooney Sports Complex. Just wrapped up OTA number 4 of 2025. The start of the second week here of OTAs, and it starts to get a little bit into a routine. I feel like we've kind of gotten the new guys out of the way. We've talked to most of the team's free agents, the rookie class, things like that. And I think today I was really focused on some guys, returning players that we wanted to talk to about their game. And I think the big highlight was Minkah Fitzpatrick. We noticed him in practice today, getting his hands on a couple balls, caught one, dropped one, spent some time on the jugs machine afterwards. But that's a big storyline if you're talking about the Pittsburgh Steelers in 2025. Can they get Minkah Fitzpatrick back to his playmaking ways that we've seen in the past? What did you think of your conversation with him and just what you've seen from him so far this spring?
Well, you mentioned a routine. The first thing that comes to mind was for myself. It's a little easier to wake up at 8 a.m. I'm not used to doing that. Didn't need as much coffee today, so that was nice. But yeah, Minkah Fitzpatrick talked afterwards. He stayed afterwards on the jugs machine, caught 25 balls. Even Deshaun Elliott, he took his cleats, he was smacking him in the head for the last 5 or so. So he caught them. He thought that was funny. But he talked a good deal about last year and just the communication aspect of things. Said that they're working on that this year. It looked a little better today, I'd say. Yeah, but the thing is, like you said, he drops that interception. A few plays later, he goes and gets it, and still he makes up for it with those 25 grabs after. Other guys, Cole Holcomb, he didn't play at all last year. I believe he said, I couldn't really hear very well at the back of the scrum there, that he was available to play last year if they needed him.
Yeah, he was.
And they didn't need him, so he didn't play. I mentioned that was a tough recovery, which if you saw that injury, definitely not something you ever want to have for yourself. So it's a testament to him, and Minkah said that he looks bigger than he was before that injury.
Sure.
Yeah, those two really stood out on defense. I spent some time looking at Derek Harmon and Y.A. Black, taking videos of them. We'll have those up. But Minkah was definitely the highlight or the guy to focus on today.
Yeah, and I talked to Mason Rudolph a little bit about Minkah Fitzpatrick and going against him in the first-team Steelers defense. He's like, in the fall, very glad that guy's on our side. Right now, that guy's like my personal nemesis. He's so good at reading the quarterback's eyes. It's like so much of what I can do is predicated by what number 39 is doing. And I think that's an easy thing to lose sight of. Obviously, Minkah, very highly paid because of his ability to create splash. But even when he's not, he's still a very valuable member of the defense. Still really is a pain in the butt to play against. So if they can get him back to the Minkah that we've seen before, I think that would be a huge benefit for this defense, but he's still a really dangerous player. Over on the offensive side of things, I talked to Spencer Anderson a little bit today. I think he's maybe one of the most interesting guys on that offensive line. Started 4 games last year, plus a playoff game. Was his first starting experience. I thought he looked pretty good. I mean, the guy's a former 7th-round pick out of Maryland. Wasn't really sure what his position was going to be. He's played all 5 of them in his time with the Steelers. I think he's looked pretty good out there so far this spring. Isaac Seumalo, not here at OTA. I mean, he's actually here, but not practicing at OTAs. Doesn't need to be, keeping his body fresh. And that's given Anderson a time to really run with those ones. And you look across the offensive line, and it's like 2022 draft picks, 2023 draft picks, 2024 draft picks. That's all it is. It's all young guys. And, he kind of is now carrying himself a little bit like a guy who's been there and done that. So, I mean, look, we've talked, me and Smitty have talked on the afternoon drive a lot about, did the Steelers need to draft a guard this year? Maybe they see Spencer Anderson as a guy who's a future starter that could pick up that role when Isaac Seumalo decides to step away.
Yeah, another guy that's been around. Some fans have been wondering why he hasn't been as big a member of the passing offense as he was in college. And Darnell Washington at tight end. Massive man. It's the first time actually kind of standing in front of him. And I always say it reminds me of when I was at Slippery Rock interviewing basketball players who were like 6'11", you're like looking up. He's lost some weight. He said he cut out liquids mainly. So he's just drinking water, Gatorade Zero, he said. So he lost some weight, and he does expect to be a larger part of the passing game this year. And with the rumors of Jonnu Smith, who Adam Schefter tweets out is not going to be traded to Pittsburgh. We know that tight ends are a big part of this offense in Freiermuth. And if Washington can get rolling too, then you have 2 really talented big guys that can kind of catch that ball there.
I got a video that'll be here on the channel as well, hitting the sled today. He sends that thing into freaking orbit, man. It comes down from like 10 feet up when he's done with it. It impacts the ground, and there's an impression of it when and I mean, the rest of the tight ends certainly can hit it. And in fact, I think this group 1 through 5 maybe as good as a blocking group as I've seen. But Yeah, he can still block. He can still block. All right, that's enough for today. We got 2 more of these OTAs this week, mini camp following next week. So lots more here on the YouTube channel. Stick around. Afternoon drive, just about 6 o'clock, and then we'll be back with more tomorrow. For Brendan Howe, I'm Alan Saunders. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. See you next time.